Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? It is Sean Empire, and I'm here at the Better Assholes Mayhem Studios, just giving you a nice morning talking about weight loss. Yes, weight loss, obesity, fatness, stuff like that. So, yeah, it's a bit of a stretch, but here's what happened. I just saw an article. You're doing your morning read, saw an article, and it's talking about how great, these weight loss drugs are. And, you could be your new you. It's everybody does, what are they called? New Year's resolutions, right? So you want to be your better you. You want to look good. It's hard because you used to want to look good by, exercising, eating healthy, and taking care of yourself. And now we've kind of skipped this, right? So it's funny, you see these articles, and the articles that you see on the websites, like, CNN, for instance, or, in the States, BBC or wherever. Interestingly enough, they're all written by usually obese middle-aged women or, who knows, obese millennial women or whatever. But it's really, interesting because we're at a point where you used to really make an effort to, you know, look good on your own accord. There was a time, and this goes back to bullying. It's kind of funny. We used to always laugh at this because you used to get bullied as a kid. And, maybe you're a bit fat, a bit chunky, and somebody says to you, hey, you're fat ass, whatever. Hey, fat ass, whatever, right? And people make fun of you, you're fat, whatever. You would go home, you'd be upset, and you say, fuck. After summer break, you know what? I'm going to work out so hard all summer. I'm going to work out. I'm going to eat proper. I'm going to show them. I'm going to join the gym. I'm going to show them. And then you come back to school after summer break and you're muscular or you're fit again or whatever. People are proud of that because they put in work. They put in dedication. They put in work. They have to work on, their eating habits, bad habits. Believe it or not, sitting around, and I'm bad at this. You can't sit around eat some candy or whatever. You can't sit here, gum and Starbucks lattes and sugar this, sugar that, and donuts. When this is the problem. I used to work in places where you would see some of these women in the morning come in with boxes of donuts and their lattes and, all this junk. And you're wondering, well, you're hardly wondering, but they're wondering why, hey, why am I out of shape? You sit at a desk all day, you eat junk food all day, and you repeat that day after day after day. And then you wonder why, and these women, they're not going home and saying, oh, I'm going to go and, do anything, right? I'm going to go home and sit on the couch and use my phone. Bam, bam, bam. And that's it. You gain weight. And then if anybody says to you, hey, you're gaining weight, hey, you look bad, hey, whatever, you get upset about it. So back in the days, the key was to avoid that. Try to work on, being in shape and looking good and staying in that manner. And you had Jenny Craig, you had, was it Weight Masters, Weight Watchers, I guess it was. And you could buy the food, you stick to the diet. So, and I'm sure it's ridiculous. If I tried different things, the guy different times when you're working out or you're getting into shape or you're doing your sports, you diet and you work out specific muscle groups and ways of, strength training and whatever. So, some people do go that distance, right? But a lot of people don't. Back in the days, you tell somebody they're fat and they, more than likely try to work out a bit. we got into, a stage not too long ago where it was a lot of body positivity. And kind of the problem with that is it's not that being rude and disrespectful is a good thing, right? That's not always the case, but at the same time, lying about it to yourself is not okay. So maybe it's not appropriate to, tell somebody or make fun of people because of their weight or size or whatever. However, at the same token, you know, uh, should you be lying to them? Oh, do I look great in that? Wow, you're like 400 pounds, right? Like you can't really look great in anything at 400 pounds, at 300 pounds, or whatever. And this goes for men and women. As soon as you hit that, obesity, it's different. You're not curvy, you're not chubby, you're not, big boned, or you go into obesity, right? I mean, I think a lot of people have gone through stages in their life where they've gained weight, they've been a bit chubby, some people, been fat when they're younger and thin out, but obesity is a whole different story. So if you're obese, that's probably a problem. And if you're lying to yourself, so you're eating, donuts every day, hamburgers, and you're telling yourself that you're okay and you're not obese and you're healthy and stuff like that, that's probably not the case. So now let's skip to nowadays. Now you acknowledge you're fat. Now this reminds me of a time, and I think it was Adele. And I remember this news story, and I think somebody made fun of Adele. They said something about Adele, about her weight, and she kind of came back and she said, "Hey, I'm fine the way I am. I look good the way I am. My body's great. I'm happy. I'm not going to change it." Blah 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 blah. Body positivity. Funny enough, she was probably the first one in line for Ozempic, and somebody that was so proud of their body, when they had a chance to change it, they went and they changed it without the work. So this is kind of where I am on Ozempic and weight loss drugs and stuff like that. I think it's funny, and this is why I recorded this podcast episode today, because it is funny to see the same people that were completely against working out and eating healthy because it was work. They would shout that down. If you told any of these fat women that they needed to strap on a fitness tracker and do 5 to 10 kilometers of walking a day and, maybe a little bit of, light lift weight, weightlifting, who knows, maybe, some stretching and shit like that. And, eat healthy, but then those donuts and chocolate chip cookies and come on, we know that's what's going on, right? So you put down the junk food, get into walking, and then you will actually lose some weight. But to tell any of these people that, this is what we've been telling a lot of these ladies for the last, you know, 20 years, right? The only reason that you're obese is because you're not putting an effort to eat healthy and get some exercise. And I've heard the pushback. Oh, oh, what do you know? Oh, blah, blah, blah. Well, I've been there. I've done that. I bought the t-shirt. So I've managed to gain weight and lose weight multiple times just on simple principles like eating healthy and just getting a little bit of exercise. Plus, at least 100 pounds just walking. So, I mean, I know what I'm talking about. And the thing is that a lot of people don't really care for the truth, right? Because everybody has an excuse when it comes to fitness or walking or doing anything that, makes sense. So, very common, right? But Ozempic shouldn't be, weight loss drugs shouldn't be your out, right? Because, I mean, there's going to be at some point, they're going to find out that sitting on the couch, eating donuts, taking Ozempic, and just doing nothing all day is not healthy either. So you're going to be skinny and then you're going to die of the same health problems all the fat people died of, because you're still going to have you know, pro tons of problems sitting there. You're gonna melt into the couch and fucking become a shit stain, right? Like, so, I don't know. That was my 10 cents US, which is about 2 cents Canadian, and I stick by it. But as I said, right, Ozempic, right? Do you need that shit or do you need some walking, right? Let me know. From Better Assholes, have a great day. Until next time, I'm Sean Empire.